All right, today is the 75th anniversary of D-Day landings in Normandy, France. It's a special day, I think, in particular, because this could be the last group of those that have survived that day.
Yeah, that's what's hit me about this day. I was across the street doing 3 hours of coverage during the president's speech, which I thought was excellent. I thought the president of France's speech was excellent as well. But just looking at those faces, because those men and women, by the way, who were there, who did so much of the work back home, 6 million women joined the workforce during the war, and just thinking they're 95, 96, 98, 100 years old, this is the last time most of us will see their faces. And so that's why I think for me and for a lot of people, it was extra moving today. And I think it just falls on the rest of us now to go home and tell our kids, when your kids are old enough, about the story of D-Day and what everyone sacrificed. So many Americans and our allies sacrificed to maintain the way of life we have here and all the comforts we have as we sit here right now.
So one veteran, he's a paratrooper, Tom Rice, he commiserated the day by recreating his D-Day jump 75 years later.
Look at that.
I loved this video so much yesterday.
And then he pops up. He's asked how it was. He said it was perfect.
Because he didn't have the smoothest of all landings. It reminded me, you know, of course, and I think a lot of people watching these comments and watching these people talk are thinking about their grandparents or their parents, their dads and moms who maybe aren't with us anymore, but who were part of that generation. And my grandpa used to love to skydive. And so when I watched that man jump out of a plane, I thought about that man. And I know that all of you were probably thinking of those that have gone on as well.
Well, your granddad did it till what? He was 90-something.
He did it till he was 90. And actually, my cousins are going to do it for his 95th birthday in June.
Oh, I love
which
that.
I was supposed to be part of, but
it is. I mean, Tom Brokaw said it best. It is the greatest generation. Men like your granddad, women like Rosie the Riveter, the real life ones that we got to see today up on that stage. They came out of the Depression. They grew up that way, and then they went overseas to fight a war, literally to save the world, and they did it.
There's a cartoonist named Marshall Ramsey. He's from the South. He's drawn some things that have meant a lot to me, but I saw this today, and I loved it because D-Day at 75, it has a man pushing somebody in a wheelchair saying, "I'm waiting for my friends to come back and take me home." And I just thought, for any of you who are missing your parents or your grandparents today, we feel you. And I think that cartoon perfectly illuminates that.
Boy, does he know how to pull the heartstrings, Marshall, or what? The cartoons of your grandparents, my gosh, they still get me when I see them.
He's a small-town cartoonist, but he did some beautiful cartoons of my grandparents as well that the minute we saw him comforted us in a way. This is one right here. We waited for you. Which, anyway.
I know. It gets me every time. Still looking at those right there. And we say our thanks on the 75th anniversary to all the men who are with us still, and, of course, to those who lay in the cemetery there in Normandy.